welcome back to my channel and Craft With Me Monday. I'm very excited today because I am starting to work with Wild Rose Bohemian, her new kit, Field Notes, and I've never done something like this before, so this is a challenge for me because I'm a pink and lacy and flowers girl. I'm not usually this, but this I'm going to challenge myself. So, first off, I will leave the description for the where you can find the kit and all of that in the description box below this video. Okay, I should have some more coffee before I start this. So what I did was I started with this, and this is just a file folder that I just kind of played with a little bit and thought this will make kind of what I'm thinking as somebody who would be out in the field looking at things and what they need. This is kind of sort of what I think they would want, or what maybe I would want if I was out in the field. So I have a few things here that I want to put in here. I want to put some more flips. So I thought that if my glue cooperates, I thought we would get rid of some of the old envelopes, and while I think about it, this here needs to be sealed up here because we're going to make this an opening on the side. So I want to just glue this up because I don't want that there. And I'm just going to take a little sliver off of here. Maybe a little more than a sliver. That's okay. As long as it's somewhat even. It looks good. A sliver. That's a sliver. So I thought what I would do is take this and glue this under. This is going to be a pocket. This flip here is going to be a pocket, but I want to hide all of this. So if I take and I glue this here, make sure that it doesn't interfere, and it does not interfere. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to butt it right up against this line here, and I'm going to glue this flap shut first. You could cut one off, honestly. You don't have to have them both on there, but and all I did with this was I just made a score line where I wanted my hinge. That's all I did. And we're going to put the glue on this side. And because, you know, my father-in-law gets a lot of mail. Well, I don't get a lot of mail. Most of it, my stuff comes in electronic form, but Dad is the type that must have physical mail. Don't want it emailed. And we're just going to make sure that this fits under here like so. And I'll put it down there. So we have that flappy built. And then, oh, why do I keep using that word? And then. So we're going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to glue this up here. Like so. And we will take and shave another sliver off of here. And we will glue these guys together. so. And we will take and glue this right on this scored line here. And that will, I'm doing this first so that when I put my papers over, it hides all of this stuff. You won't see it. And we'll just take and put that in there like so. There we go. So, could go over a smidge more, but I think this glue is not really, it doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room, so I think that's where it is. And we may have to, or we may have to put a little more off of this one, because I don't think I can move it more out of the way. And I don't want it, I don't want you to see it like that. So we're just going to take my handy dandy ruler, and I'm just going to take a hair. And you know what? We're going to see if I can rip it. Can I rip it? No. When it's too small of a piece, it doesn't want to rip. But so we'll mark it. We'll mark it. Left-handed marking going on here. I'm not left-handed. There we go. I got into something that gave me an allergic reaction, and I put something on it that I should not have put on it, because then it really went wild. And that's why my hand is bumpy there. I put something there that I should not have, apparently. Okay. Does that hide me now? Does that hide me now? Yes, it does. Okay. So we have that one done. Okay. And then. Okay, so this piece here I cut off. It was probably from one of the corners, I don't know. So this I would like to stick here and make this a flip this way. And I can see I gotta trim a little bit because I don't want that going like so. I don't want that interfering with my, there we go. Beautiful. And then I have this piece of cardboard that I had peeled off so I could reveal the corrugated on there. And I thought we could just take and use this as our little hinge. And we will just take and fold it. And maybe do a little bit of, get that out of the way for now. I'm just going to take and get this down here. Now I have a perfect paper that will match this kit to a T, which is what I'm going to use to do the base of this little journal. And I thought that way it would save my printer a little, and it will also mostly save my yellow, but it will also help me get rid of some of my stash. So I'm excited about that. And I've had that for a while. Okay, so we want to just like this, right? Yeah. So we are going to do this like this. I could have done it differently, but I did not. I was just thinking I could have just put it right on over top. Why didn't I do that? I don't know. I don't know. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. I don't know. I'm going to trim that just a little bit. And we're just going to take and glue this in. Like so. There's, as is with Rose's kits, there are many, many, many different choices to do with this. Much printing to do, and I'm not going to print everything. I am going to think it through and print off what I need. Okay, so there we go. Once that glue is dry, this will be a nice flip. Okay, and now I thought, let's think this through a bit. So we have this flip, we have this, we have this. I have this piece here that already has a hinge built into it. And I was trying to think of where I could put that. Where could I put that? And I think, oh, what if we did this? Oh. Oh. I made just a closure on that, maybe. Oh. Well, let's put it there. Let's just put it there and see. If we don't like it there, we can eventually just take and remove it. But I think that might work out. I don't know. I'm just playing this as I go. But we're going to, let's put this kind of right in about there and on that line so it doesn't interfere. Good, and it doesn't interfere with these pockets at all, or these flips. Okay, so we're going to let that glue dry. While that glue is drying, we're going to put that aside. Now, I printed off some of the papers, and I printed off this lovely one. And why I did this is because it's got to fit in there. And I made this to the same size as my envelope, pretty much. And I did some folding. You can see this is where it should have been folded in half. I brought it over because I wanted the field notes to kind of be in the center. I wanted it to look better, that's all. And so these pages here are part of, I didn't print on the back side because we have a different plan. These pages are part of, they come with that field notebook cover. And so I thought we would use those. I think there's 6 of those. And then these pages here are just pages that were printed on, but perfectly good the other side, so I just dyed them. But before I did anything, I wanted to get these papers to the size of this. And this here is going to measure what? Look at this. Sophie's measuring. 7 3/4. So I don't really want to. Well, you know what? Let's forget the measuring. Forget that I measure. Forget that. And we're just going to take, and we're going to make sure these guys are even. And we're going to line this up here. I'm going to bring it over just a just a hair. And we're even, Steven. We're just going to take that ruler and put that right under there, because you know what we're doing next. We're tearing. Okay, I just want to make sure that is where it's hidden. We're going to bring it back a bit. And then we're just going to, that just doesn't look straight. There we go. Okay, let's tear. Okay, and now, let's see. I have to peel off. I have to peel off from the top as well. So let's just do that, as we are going to take off. We're going to move that just a hair down. I'll get this under here. Line it up so our ruler is where we want it to be. Back just a smidge. And tear. There we go. I like that torn edge. Okay. So let's just attempt one here for the moment. There we go. I think that'll look good. We'll probably have to trim off a little bit more, because you know, as you put it in there. Okay, so I am going to take and do the same with these guys. And do I want to do it that same way? Why not? They should come up pretty close, and we can trim off what doesn't. Okay. This over a little bit, and trim like so. We're going to use those. No worries there. Okay, either, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and we need to do that same thing here. And the only one thing I realized is I didn't make an inside cover to hide the white, but that's okay. We'll do that yet. Okay, so let's see if this kind of worked out. What we're going to do now is paper. Oh, so close. Okay, let's get rid of that for a bit. I'm done with the ruler. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to back each of these pages. I'm going to put my pin on here because I have this glue. It was given to me. I have never seen it before. I don't know who does it, but it's got 2 tips on it. I've never used this tip. I just keep using the other one. But it's got that tip, and then it's got this one, which is a really neat little spreader. So we're just going to take and one at a time. Put that glue down here. I'm just going to glue these together. It's kind of like, if I had a glue stick, I would use a glue stick. But this glue, to me, seems like it works very well. Glue sticks, I just don't have much luck with them. I use them to spread my glue or something to hold something in place while I get ready to sew or something, but Okay, that didn't quite go as planned, but close enough. We'll take it. Now, if you wanted to, you could sew these pages. I'm not going to because I don't think this book needs to be sewn. Although it would look cool, I think, too. I don't know. We'll see. We probably won't. And then I'm just going to carry on with these. I might just do is shush. I might just shush and fast forward through this. So you don't have to painfully watch me do each one of these pages. That might work, eh? Okay, I'll be quiet now. Okay, I'm back, and these pages look fabulous, but we're going to fabulous them up a little bit more. A little bit more. So first off, I'm going to grab my, no I'm not, yes I am, there it is. I'm going to grab my whole corner rounder, and I am going to do this one, I think. Let's see. Nope, let's do the big one. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's try this. Yeah. So we're just going to quickly go through these, and then we're going to rough and tough them up. I really like that. That kind of looks like something that would be in my field notebook. This could actually work as a really nice gardening book too, if you garden. Oh, it didn't work very well for that corner or that one. We'll see how it works. This would be a really good gardening book as well. Which is, maybe I'll just keep it for myself, and that's what I will use it for, as a gardening book. Getting anxious to get out there. I think next weekend is a really busy weekend, but maybe during the week, one day I might get out there and start planting. The potatoes got planted yesterday. It's usually a little early for us. Our gardening time starts usually around the long weekend in May. But we have got such beautiful weather. There's no freezing temperatures in the way for the next, in the long range forecast. So that's 14 days, if they know what they're talking about. So it might be a perfect time to get going on my garden. Okay. So we got that done. Made a mess there. Good, good. Messes are good. And I don't have that little handy dandy little tool that roughs up the edges, but I do have a pair of scissors, and I just want to make that a little, the glue is still a little wet, but just rough those edges up. Just like so, just gives it a little rough. Looks like, oops, oh, that's perfect. I'm sure while you're out in the field, I'm sure that your pages would be torn, the wind would blow them, and crinkly maybe. Okay. So this, I'm going to leave this as just strictly a notebook. We might put some pockets, probably put some pockets in on the cover there. Last night I took some Benadryl because this allergy reaction to whatever the heck it was not great. And I took 2 Benadryl and I could not stay awake. I was in bed by 6 o'clock. And I slept right through till 4:30 this morning. And I'll ink the edges. You can ink or not. But I think I'm going to use my, what should I use? I could use walnut stain. That would be pretty. That would kind of give that. Well, see, look at how good that looks already. It just kind of gives those little. Will I make you watch me ink? No, I won't. I'll ink it after the fact. Okay. And let's make sure that our pages are the right way. I want to put some this way and some the other way. And if they stick out over top of that, I'm going to do this one this way. Does that matter? If they stick out from the book, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Let's do this one this way. See, now that looks like that. It's been around for a while. I like that. And let's do this one this way. And they look, when you glue the pages together, they kind of get that look like they have been wet, which they probably would be. And we're going to do this one this way too. Because who knows what happens out there. Okay, so that is, what do we say, 6 pages. So that's 6, 12 pages of writing. 24 pages of writing space in that little, look at her. Oh, I love it. That is exactly. Now I'm probably going to round off these corners as well. Let's still got paper stuck in there. There we go. And I think I could have covered that first. I have to rebrown them anyways, aren't I? Okay. And I don't have a piece of that paper here, handy dandy. And do I have anything? I could use these, but look at. We have these. Why not? Why not? We're just gonna collage. Well, collage. We're just gonna put these together like this. That's what we're going to do. Now let's use this one. I use this one because it doesn't buckle my pages. So it's not going to look too bad. Okay, make sure we're around those edges. And then we're going to do it so that we have to trim both sides. And I know that then I know it's where it's supposed to be. And I'm okay with that. And we're just going to put this down here. That's another thing that I'm trying this year, is to be a good girl and use up all my scraps. So that's one thing I try to do as I finish a project. Don't leave too many scraps behind. The scraps can be very overwhelming. Just gonna bring that over a hint, like so. There we go. And then we're going to use, which one should we use? Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Oh, we're going to trim that. Now we're not going to trim it. We'll ink it. We'll ink it. Yes, we will. Oh, now Charlie is thinking he needs to go outside. Hey, you gotta admit, they've been pretty quiet. I'm just going to run this like so. Run this like so. There we go. So I'm going to go let him out and clean up my desk a little bit, and then I shall return. Oop. Okay, I'm back, and puppies are happy now. And while I was away, I just took and trimmed a little bit, inked a little bit, and now we're ready to sew this signature in here. And I'm going to use, where is it? This one here. Because I don't want, the other ones have got a very big eye, and I don't want it to be too big. Okay, and we're going to do 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. And I'm going to leave strings in this one because as we get going, I think I'm going to put something dangly in there. Like maybe a spider. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that these are exactly where I want them. Nice and snug. And we're just going to put this here. There we go. Okay, and we're just going to get that in there. Oh, well, let's get our needle thread. Let's get our needle thread. Yeah, and there you go. In you go. There we go. Okay. And I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to do a simple 3-hole punch, and I'm just going to wing it where I think they need to go. 1, 2, and 3. How do I get in there? Get in there. Don't want to poke my hand. Boy, you're really tough. Don't want to get in there. Okay. So we're going to keep our strings on the inside. So we're going to go from the inside out. This is probably the pamphlet stitch that I use the most. The binding stitch. But I have some exciting stuff going to happen in May. Suzanne Nonstop Paper Crafts, and I are going to do a series called Bind It All, where we are going to test out different binding techniques and share that with you. And we have got quite the lineup. Things I've never heard of before. But this takes me outside of my comfort zone, right? And I want this to be a little more string here. There we go. It takes me out of my comfort zone. Makes me learn something new. And I get to share it with you. So it should be a fun time. But we're going to start that May 20th, I believe. And then we have, starting on May 8th, I have a Throwback Thursday with line dot arrow, which we are going to take older papers, older challenge papers, and revisit them. And I'm just going to leave, for now, I'm just going to leave that there. And that's going to start May 8th. And I'll in the group, there'll be lots of information on that. Fun times ahead. So now that we have this guy all nicely bound and where we want it, I love how that looks. Doesn't it look like it's just been around for like ever? I'll bend it up a little bit. Give it some kinks. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not going to put it in there yet because I want to do my pages first. But it's going to go, I think it's going to go right here. Oh, but see, that shows. So, no, it can't go right there. It's got to go, I'm going to put it over here. Over here. That's what we're going to do, just like so. Up. Okay, so I'm going to call it done for today. I love this book. Oh, look at, I put it upside down. Oh, does it matter? Not to me, not right now. Just the one page. Okay, we're good. We're good. Are we good? I'm not taking it apart. Don't take it apart, so it's okay. It's okay. So anyways, I am going to leave this here, and when I come back on Monday, I'm going to have my pieces all cut out, and we can get them put in and start decorating this and deciding how we're going to do this. I think it's going to look awesome. I'm really happy, excited about this one. So there we go. That's it for today. Have yourselves an awesome week, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thanks for hanging out with me.